here on GoPSUSports.com with Connor McGovern. Connor, an exciting weekend coming up. Beaver Stadium about to be completely white. For somebody who has never seen a Penn State whiteout, how do you describe it?
I'd say it's very hard to describe, but if you're a college football fan, it's definitely something you have to experience for yourself. Like my first experience with whiteout was actually my first ever Penn State game here, and that blew me away.
What were some of your takeaways from being out here on the field in terms of actually having to play in all the whiteout?
My first ever whiteout was against the first one against Ohio State a few years back. I remember walking out through the gates, fans screaming, fireworks going off. I was kind of in shock. At that time, I was not a Penn State fan. That kind of blew me away there, and I loved it ever since then. Then last year, my first ever whiteout game I played in, I remember walking in and just the chills I had coming down, just people screaming, and how much energy you got from the crowd.
That's so exciting. But obviously there's a lot going on. There's the whiteout, there's college game day coming, and earlier today, Coach Franklin was really talking about, trying to convey a message of just kind of ignoring the noise and staying focused on Michigan. How do you go about that?
Definitely. The coach staff does a great job doing that, just keeping us focused on the week, preparing hard, focusing on the practice and all that, and getting ready for the game.
How have you kind of gone about staying focused? What are some things that are signature to you and your approach?
Definitely, one, I'm not big on social media, so I never really see any of that hype or anything like that. So I just go about my day like normal.
A nice bye week for you, an opportunity to kind of take a look back at the season. I'm curious, what were some of your takeaways from where you are in terms of your development, especially, with the added responsibility and the role change that you've taken on this year?
Definitely coming in the spring, taking over as center, I kind of want to be more of a leader, be more vocal out there, and that was kind of like my key takeaways. Like that's what I want to do this year. And that's what I've been trying to focus on.
When you look at the progress of this offensive line this year, where do you identify, things that you're really proud of and things that you want to work on?
Definitely things we want to work on. We want to be more physical up front, sustain our blocks, and finish people.
When you think about all the progress that you've made, obviously this time last year was such a different experience for you. What are some of the biggest things that are different, obviously other than, being on the field and that type of stuff?
Definitely different. Last year, this time, I feel a lot more comfortable. All the nerves are gone, basically. This time, walking in last year, I was starting right guard, only a few games under my belt. Still had the nerves in there. Now they're all gone.
Always good to get those nerves out of the way. Now, when you think about Michigan a little bit, what are some things, you've kind of been seeing in your early preparations, things that are jumping out to you and things you want to be prepared for?
Definitely prepared for their defensive line, one of the best in the country for a reason. They're fast with the ball, physical, they have high motors. Got to be able to prepare for that.
You mentioned physical, but I'm curious, how do you kind of prepare for that aggressive style of defense that they're likely being able to bring in here?
Just kind of coming out every day, work on our fundamentals. Coach McGovern always teaches us the right things to do. Bring our hips through, finish our blocks.
Sounds good. We look forward to seeing you out here on Saturday.